From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Friday, May 16th. It is Fast Friday at the track, but we also have a Storm Track 8 weather alert today. So for most of the day, it's going to be steamy and sunny, super hot outside. We're going to climb into the mid-80s. You're going to be okay at the track for the practice laps before qualifying this weekend. For most of the day, really the big threat is the potential for severe storms tonight. It's going to be in that risk category starting at 5 p.m., likely through 11 p.m., and very high risks in southern Indiana. Today is Fast Friday at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, now 9 days away from the 500. This is the last day of practice before qualifications this weekend. News 8's Colin Bailey is at the track this morning where cars are going to be turning up the horsepower today. Everything kicks off at 10 in the morning. He talks to IMS and IndyCar president Doug Bowles.
At 11 a.m. this morning, Penske Entertainment is calling it a significant event update regarding the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. We're not entirely sure what that announcement is yet, but we do know we will carry that live here on Wish TV. It begins at 11 a.m. today. But for the track today, it's Fast Friday. A lot's happening. The gates open at 10 a.m. for fans, and cars hit the track at noon. Fast Friday is the last day teams can practice and work on their setups ahead of qualifying tomorrow and Sunday for the Indy 500. The fastest drivers during yesterday's practice session included back-to-back Indy 500 champion Joseph Newgarden with the fastest lap at 226 miles per hour. Scott Dixon, Connor Daly, and Pato O'Ward followed behind. But today, though, is a day IMS and IndyCar president Doug Bowles looks forward to because of the boost in speed each car will get.
Well, I think one of the most exciting parts of the month of May is seeing how fast cars are going to go on qualifying, and today is that day they get that extra horsepower. Haven't seen it at all up until today, so we'll see the speeds go up. The cars will be a little bit more difficult to drive. We got some wind they have to manage. It's going to be really interesting to watch today, see how fast they'll end up going.
So if the weather cooperates this weekend, will be a busy one here at the track. Race positions 13 through 30 will be set during qualifying tomorrow. Then on Sunday, tomorrow's fastest drivers will aim for positions 1 through 12, and the last 3 spots in the field of 33 will be set on Sunday. Tickets today, just $25. There's also options for free parking on the north side of the track and outside as well, lot 40. But again, there's a big announcement coming today, 11 a.m. Penske Entertainment's going to announce that. We're not entirely sure what that is. We'll have it to you online and on air as well, beginning at 11 a.m. But for now, here at IMS, I'm Colin Bailey for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
IndyGo says it needs to raise the price you pay to ride city buses, something it has not done in 16 years. The transit system wants to raise bus fares by $1 from $1.75 to $2.75. IndyGo President Jennifer Pierce says the revenue is needed to offset the rising costs of fuel and labor. She acknowledges that the fare hike might be difficult for some riders. IndyGo surveys show the typical person who takes the bus makes less than $25,000 a year. Pierce says you will have a chance to talk to IndyGo directly about the proposal at public meetings next month.
I think it's going to help us be better in providing the service. It's going to help our board members make a really responsible decision. It's not going to be easy. I'm sure we're going to hear some really hard things, but we are prepared, and that's why we're out there. We want to hear it. We want to make the right decision.
IndyGo's board is scheduled to vote on the rate increase on August 21st. The first public meetings on the issue are on June 5th at noon and 6 p.m. at the Community Alliance of the Far East Side. IndyGo says the meetings will happen every Tuesday and Thursday throughout June at locations across the city. You can find a full schedule in this story on wishtv.com. Several Indianapolis clergy members delivered a petition to Governor Mike Braun demanding he more strongly denounce recent comments by the lieutenant governor. The group of ministers says Micah Beckwith needs to apologize for a video in which he praised the 3/5 compromise. That's the provision in the Constitution in which enslaved people were counted as 3/5 of a person when allocating seats in Congress. The religious leaders say they will continue to pressure the governor to respond.
Reverend Beckwith, your remarks contradict a gospel that calls us to truth and love and respect for all people. What you said causes harm. It causes harm to the black citizens of our state whose humanity is denied.
Last month, Braun told reporters he would not have used Beckwith's characterization of the 3/5 compromise, and he said he would leave it at that. Rape survivors in Indiana will soon get more time to ask prosecutors to file charges, but a new state law only applies if there is new evidence in their case. News 8's government reporter Garrett Bergquist explains the limits of the law.
Carissa Seatman plans to give this shirt to one of the state senators who helped push the bill through as a thank you.
It's been really encouraging. I felt like for the first time our voices were being heard.
Seatman was sexually assaulted more than 20 years ago. Her initial efforts to get prosecutors to bring charges went nowhere, and the statute of limitations has kept her from reopening the case. Under current law, if the 5-year statute of limitations runs out, prosecutors get another 5 years if new DNA or video evidence emerges, or if someone confesses. Seatman was among those who lobbied lawmakers this session to change that. A new law passed this spring doubled it to 10 years under that scenario. Seatman says that would not have helped her.
It was something that came to us that it might not make it through the House Criminal Committee with the statutes completely lifted. So that was a hard decision that we, decided to make, is that we were going to take the win.
Every survivor's journey is different. And many, many survivors will wait years, even decades. We know that survivors of child sex abuse in particular come forward an average of 20 or more years, really.
Illinois and Kentucky have no statute of limitations for rape. Ohio has a 20-year time limit. The Senate's version would have repealed the statute of limitations entirely for rape and for child molesting. The House scaled it back.
And at that point where we were in session, you kind of got to take what you can get. My preference is to eliminate the statute of limitations on level 3 rape and child molest.
White says advocates will continue to push for a longer statute of limitations. She says repealing it altogether is still ideal, but a 20 or 25-year limit would be a good compromise. Seatman says the new law is a good start.
I've just been grateful for the process. I've been grateful for every legislator, every media outlet, everyone that's shed light on this and have helped us get to the finish line. It's taken everybody.
The new law takes effect on July 1st. Senator Alexander tells me he probably will again try to repeal the statute of limitations during the next legislative session. At the State House, I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
The Colts are apologizing for a schedule release video the team put out on social media this week. The now deleted video was inspired by Minecraft. It shows a dolphin wearing Tyreek Hill's jersey, then a Coast Guard boat with a police officer on board stops the dolphin. You may recall last year Hill was stopped by police outside Hard Rock Stadium in Miami just before the Dolphins season opener. Colts issued a statement calling the video insensitive, also saying it exceeded the team's rights with Microsoft. For his part, ESPN says Hill accepted the apology and thought the video was funny. Your statewide news network covers Terre Haute, where investigators are working to learn what caused a World War II-era plane to crash, injuring 2 people. According to Terre Haute Regional Airport, the plane was making a scheduled stop on its way to an air show in Illinois when it landed short of the runway, hit a fence, and flipped. The airport says the crash trapped the pilot. Emergency crews rescued the pilot and flew them to a hospital in Indianapolis. We do not know the pilot's name or condition. Airport says a passenger in the plane had minor injuries. Federal agents are touting the arrest of 23 people in southern Indiana. The FBI says most of them are violent criminals and illegal immigrants. The FBI says the arrests happened in late April and early May in Bloomington and Evansville in cooperation with Immigration and Customs Enforcement and other agencies. Investigators say 18 of the people taken into custody had prior criminal arrests or convictions. Hundreds of people marched across Indianapolis to honor fallen service members ahead of Memorial Day. It's part of a nationwide relay called Carry the Load. More than 300 people walked 2 miles in memory of those who served and lost their lives.
These people gave their lives for everyone here. We are free in the United States because of our military people, and I am so grateful to them, and I want to make sure that we never forget anyone who has lost their life to keep us free in this country.
Carry the Load says it raised more than $46 million since starting in 2011. The money goes to support veterans and their families. Now let's go to Jane King with your business headline. She starts with breaking news about a proposed TV cable merger.
So this is Charter Communications and Cox Communications. Two of the largest cable and broadband providers in the U.S. have agreed to merge. It is a $34 billion deal. This has implications for the cable industry as well as competitors. Now, regulators do still have to approve this, and that may be kind of difficult considering how big both of these operations are. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how those stocks trade today. Well, malicious actors are impersonating top U.S. officials using AI-generated voice memos. The FBI says the scammers send out the fake voice messages trying to establish rapport before gaining access to personal accounts. Many of the targets of the scheme are current or former senior U.S. federal or state government officials and their contacts. Well, Walmart, the world's largest retailer, said President Trump's tariffs are still too high and it will have to raise prices on some items. So this will include electronics and toys that are coming from China. And the CEO also says some food costs will go up, particularly from Costa Rica, Peru, and Colombia. So this will be tropical fruits, bananas, roses, things like that. And those price hikes will begin later this month. Amazon has partnered with FedEx to fill some delivery gaps left by UPS. UPS announced earlier this year it would significantly reduce deliveries for Amazon. Amazon signed this new partnership deal with FedEx in late February to handle some parts of its package deliveries. And Delta will stop selling tickets under the basic economy label. That's the no-frills discount seats. Delta said it will still offer those seats, but it will be the subcategory of the main tickets. Airline industry experts say this could lead to some confusion on the part of passengers. This all begins October 1st. And the S&P 500 closed higher for a fourth day. Dow was also up, and we're looking positive this morning. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
New on Daybreak, more national attention for the Indiana Fever. Sports Illustrated is featuring 4 members of the team on the cover of its WNBA preview issue out this week. It says there's more to the team than the Caitlin Clark show. Along with Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston, and one of the Fever's newest players, DeWanna Bonner, pose for the magazine. Fever open the regular season tomorrow afternoon against the Chicago Sky at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Tip-off is at 3 o'clock. Every year, some race fans like to take 2 wheels to the track for the Indy 500, now 9 days away. 2 nonprofits are teaming up with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to put together an official bike ride over to the track. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez tells us who's behind the push.
It's Bike Indianapolis and the Central Indiana Bicycling Association. They team up to host 2 police-escorted bike rides to the track on the morning of the race. $25 gets you into one of those 2 packs, and it also gets you access to 2 gated lots that are monitored so you can leave your bike there during the race and come back to it when you're ready to go home. And I spoke to some riders who have been doing this ride for a few years now, and they say they have really appreciated the friendships they've built over the years.
Passing by hundreds, if not thousands, of cars sitting still is just one of the best feelings for a cyclist.
John Franklin Hay takes his bike just about everywhere. To meetings, to hang out with friends, and to the Indy 500.
We have fun getting there with people. It's a party riding to the track, and then you have a party there.
For almost a decade, he's participated in Bike to the 500. Behind the effort, Bike Indianapolis, a nonprofit that looks to make cycling in the city safer. This year, organizers added a second gated lot for bikes in hopes to keep growing the group.
It's a slow roll, casual ride for families, children.
Project coordinator Tess Woods says they've organized the convoy of cyclists for the last 8 years.
A really fun and efficient way to get there is on your bike. We all know with an event of that size, there's a lot of traffic and congestion.
Last year, about 700 people took the ride to the track, starting here at 16 Tech. It's only about a 5-mile trip to the track.
We are really committed to making sure that this is a place of gathering.
Jacqueline Eckhart with 16 Tech says hosting the event falls under the district's mission. Cyclists will have space to park their cars, load up, and grab a bite to eat before they head out.
It just made sense, and we've loved the ability to partner with IMS on multiple things during the month of May.
There will be 2 rides leaving in the morning on race day and 3 rides after the race. This year, Hay is leading one of those groups about an hour and a half after the checkered flag flies.
I have neighbors that I hardly ever see on a bicycle until the race day. And we say, hey, what are you doing? And we catch up a little bit there. You get to know names, and if you don't know names, you high five and bump and have a good time.
Of course, the month of May is always a busy time in Indy because of the 500, but May also marks National Bike Month. Reporting from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This has been your News 8 Daily. From Wish TV, I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and wishtv.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.